Well, hello everybody, and welcome to your next C# XNA platformer tutorial. And in this tutorial, we are going to be just adding a few things here and there. So we're just gonna be just getting the gravity set up, adding a few things to the player class, and we're gonna be making a new float rectangle class. So first of all, if we go to the player class, for some reason I never set this to public, so set that to public. Also, we need to go down to our player.cs and change this from layers to layer. Now, we gotta change in our entity class as well as our enemy class. So that's done. So for entity class, we're gonna add in a few new things, and if we forget some things, we'll add them as we go. So we'll add in a gravity. We'll add in a velocity. We'll add in a previous position, and yeah, so we'll make it so that they can, or actually we'll make a few new things. So we'll make a public bool activate gravity. We'll say sync tile position, and that's all we'll have for now. So let us go to our player load content, and I guess at the bottom here, so we'll set our gravity equal to 100. We will set gravity should be a float. Sorry. So our velocity in our previous position, we don't. Okay, we're gonna set our velocity equal to vector 20. For our sync tile position, we'll set that to false. Let's see what else we have to do. The activate gravity. So we'll say activate gravity is equal to true. So by default, this will be set to true. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go here. So instead of saying position plus equals and so on and so forth, we're gonna switch this from position to velocity, and same for here as well. But instead of doing plus equals, it's gonna be velocity x is equal to move speed, and right here it's gonna say velocity is equal to negative move speed. Okay, we can get rid of the down movement, and we'll have an else here, and we'll say move animation dot is active is equals to false, and velocity dot x is equal to 0. And then this will be a separate if statement. So if they press the up key and not activate gravity, so if they are on the ground, then we will set the velocity y equal to a negative, and what we should do is just add in a jump speed. So what we're gonna do right here, just add a jump speed. We'll just put 1500 f. So we'll say it's equal to negative jump speed times, yeah. We can get rid of this right here, and we'll set activate gravity equals to true. So if they jump, then we activate the gravity, and we can get rid of this else statement right here. So for the collision, we're gonna get rid of all the collision code that we did before. Just erase all that. We don't need that. Okay, we're gonna be handling collision differently, so we're gonna erase all of that. So we're gonna say that if activate gravity, then we're gonna say velocity plus equals gravity times float game time, elapsed game time, total seconds. Else velocity y, and it should be velocity y. Else velocity y is equal to 0. and then we'll say position is plus equals velocity. And this will give us a steady a good gravity in our game. And if you don't understand how this works, basically what it does is sets a velocity, right? So say when we jump it will go up 1500 times whatever our game time is. So let's say it goes up 20 pixels in the air. So our velocity will be -20. So this is gonna be -20, and let's say this adds 1 to it. So -20 plus 1 is -19. So position is gonna be plus equals -19. It's gonna loop again. It's gonna say plus 1. So it's gonna be like position plus equals -18, so on and so forth. So it'll gradually go up and then gradually come down for some steady movement. So now that we got our gravity down packed, now it's time to implement some collision, right? Because all it's gonna do is just gonna fall through the ground if we don't actually add in some collision. Well, first and foremost, what we have to do is just go to our load and our maps down here and add 1, 0 to our solid tiles. Okay, so the ground is one of the solid tiles. Okay, so this is how we're gonna, before we even do this, we're gonna create a new class, and you can call it float rect or float rectangle, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it float rect. And this is gonna mimic the rectangle class, but instead of taking just integers, this is gonna take floats. So we're gonna say float top, bottom, left, right, and we gotta make some properties for them. So we'll say public float top, public float bottom, public float left, and public float right. Just let me check how much time I have. Okay, so this is just gonna be a read only, so we're just gonna get the top. We're just gonna return the values. So we get the top, get the bottom, get the left, and lastly we get the right. Okay, so in our constructor now, so in our float rect constructor, we're gonna take in 4 properties. So we're gonna take a float x, float y, float width, and float height. So we're gonna say that left is equal to x, right is equal to x plus width, and we're gonna say top is equal to y, bottom is equal to y plus height. Okay, so that is everything. We got almost everything set up. So now we're gonna say public bool intersects. We're gonna take a float rect, and I'll just put F for float rect. So we'll say that if we'll say if right is less than f dot left, or left is greater than f dot right, or top. Sorry, I'm still kind of sick. So top is greater than f dot bottom, or bottom is less than f dot top, then there's no collision, right? So there's no intersects, and so we return false, and else we return true. And this should be greater than or equal to, so we should change to greater than or equal to. And that should be it for our float rect class. So my time is like run out now. So I'm gonna end the tutorial here. I hope you enjoyed this, and we're gonna continue this in the next tutorial. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye.